One second, make sure this right.
Is the man camera on?
Yes.
Is it recording?
Yes, bro. Hold on. Good.
Hello?
Well, we on still. We on now.
We were having the time getting it to go. We got it going now. We're about to go on now.
We on.
We on now. All right. We're going on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Yours truly, Stephen Smith, along with Justin Smith right here. We are live from Jack's in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, talking Tide football. Justin, we're in Jack's, we're in Tuscaloosa, and we're talking Alabama. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Got a nice couple milkshakes here. Going pretty well.
Milkshakes here brought to you by Jack's. So I have to buy one, get one free on milkshakes from 2 to 5 and that cherry fried pie, Justin. They got some great milkshakes here. You got the moose track, cookies and cream, dreamsicle, but this cherry fried pie, this one right here is a good one.
Yeah, most definitely. It's definitely something special.
Cherry fried pie milkshakes, courtesy of Jack's here in Tuscaloosa. But Justin, we're here to talk about the Alabama Crimson Tide. For you, the fans out there, jump on the Touchdown Alabama Magazine YouTube feed right now, live from Jack's, to bring us your questions, your thoughts about Alabama football. As the Crimson Tide had one day of spring practice on Friday of last week. They got this week out for spring break before next week continuing on with practice. Justin, what are you looking forward to seeing from Nick Saban and company as they get back to practice trying to win a national championship for next season?
But one of the things I'm really excited about, I guess being a recruiting guy, is some of the early enrollees that Alabama has brought in the 2019 recruiting class, guys like Paul Tyson, Antonio Alfano, John Mechie, who I think is going to probably have a surprise.
That guy's a burner. That guy's a burner.
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to have a surprisingly good season compared to Alabama already being stacked at the wide receiver position. And with him coming in to that stack position role, I definitely think John Mechie is going to turn some head. And he could do it in the spring.
John Mechie, a pretty good wide receiver. Antonio Alfano, a lot of people talking about this young man from New Jersey, just a freak athlete, has already put on 12 to 17 pounds since coming on campus. What makes him special? Because a lot of people feel like he will actually push a Raekwon Davis for a starting spot.
Man, it's his freakish size for the first point. And one thing about Antonio Alfano that really has shocked people, they came out kind of late. I think some of his recruiting tape kind of slacked during his junior season. I think it picked up during his senior season when more guys came out and said, whoa, who is this kid? Like, where did he come from? So I definitely think Antonio Alfano, his size definitely stands out. But it's also his ability to just manhandle guys with his size. And he also has pretty good speed. I definitely think the guy has a full package.
Before continuing or dive into more practice talk, going to stay here with this recruiting, Justin. This 2019 class is going to be a very good group. And while we talk about the quarterbacks, Talia Tagovailoa and Paul Tyson, I'm a big man and a slender kid's body, Justin. You know this. I like the big boys up front, the offensive line. Evan Neal, you can't miss him, 6'8", 360 pounds from Florida, 5-star from IMG Academy. How ready is Evan Neal? How much playing time can you see him getting? Do you see him potentially starting in the future?
He definitely going to start in the future.
That's a no-brainer.
He's definitely going to start in the future, but I definitely think he could come in and make that immediate impact with his size. He's 6'8", over 300 pounds, can move pretty good. I definitely think Evan Neal is definitely going to come in and make that immediate impact that he needs to make on that offensive line when you think of looking at all of the guys that Alabama has already.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here from Jack's in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, off of Hackberry Lane. One of the cool things about Jack's milkshakes, okay? Jack's milkshakes, hand scooped, hand spun, real ice, no soft serve. You want the real deal? You come right here to Jack's. That cherry fried pie, this thing right here, the baddest thing smoking. And the words of my uncle, you can't beat that with a stick. We're live here from Jack's in Tuscaloosa. Continuing with recruiting, Justin, your boy, Trey Sanders, 5-star, IMG Academy, running back. I think he's the next Kenyon Drake. You've seen him a lot more than I have. Talk about your boy, Trey Sanders.
Well, first off, his confidence is off the scale. You have a guy who, on his commitment day live on ESPN, basically said he's going to win the Heisman on his freshman season. And he definitely has that ability to do so. I don't know if he's going to win Heisman, but Alabama's so stacked at the running back position, and he's going to have to fight for every carry that he gets. So I definitely think he has the ability to be a Heisman winner in the future. One thing I really liked about Trey Sanders in high school is his ability that he had the ability to share the ball with a Noah Cain in high school. He also was under a running back, former Auburn running back who had to share time during his time in college. So he taught Trey Sanders that same technique. Hey, you got to share carries with the guy, but you can still get your shine. But you got to share carries. I definitely think that could translate to the next level.
Getting some into now, Mr. Trey Sanders here in terms of recruiting. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the YouTube live going for you right now via Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Jump on the YouTube, bring us your questions. We'll start to answer a couple of those right here in a few moments as we are live from Jack's in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You want those fresh milkshakes, fries, great chicken tenders, even these burgers right here. What are you waiting for? Eat at Jack's, baddest place in Tuscaloosa right here off of Hackberry Lane. Diving into practice now, Justin, as I mentioned earlier in the show, Crimson Tide return to the practice field on Monday of next week. What is the one position group that you are the most excited to see? A lot of folks will say quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, but what is that one position group that you are looking forward to seeing?
I think I definitely want to see the quarterback position. I know a lot of people want to see it because you have Tua talking about Loa at quarterback, and he's possibly going to be a front runner for the Heisman next year.
Also, the NFL draft for 2020.
Yeah, I definitely want to see the whole quarterback group as a whole. You telling this quarterback group is so deep. We have guys like Tua talking about Loa, Mac Jones, Paul Tyson, and Talia talking about Loa. The guys I'm really hyped to see is the guys I saw follow a lot in high school is Talia and Paul. Those are definitely two guys who are going to battle it out in the future. I definitely want to see how fast they are adjusting to the college game. I hope we get to see a lot of them in the spring game.
Now, the quarterback position is not the one I'm going to name, Justin. However, I do want to see how can Mac Jones improve, because he's kind of the sleeper among all these guys. You saw Mac Jones, 8-day game last year, really went out there, put on the show. I think he had a 65-yard touchdown pass to Chadarius Towson. But when he got few opportunities, not a lot, but when he got small chances last year, didn't do a lot, and that's not all of his fault. You got Jalen Hurts, where you had Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa in front of him. And I remember on Friday, Nick Saban talked about this upcoming year, Mac Jones is going to have some chances. He's going to have more opportunities to see, can he run this offense? I want to see what the young man, former four-star in the 2017 class from the Bulls High School in Jacksonville, Florida, what can he do in the upcoming season. But the position group that I'm looking forward to seeing, I've already thrown it out there, the offensive line, the big boys under Kyle Flood, new offensive line coach coming from the Atlanta Falcons. This group, when you got Chris Owens, Alex Netherwood, Jedrick Wills, some of the new guys, Evan Neal, Amari Kite, Darian Dalcourt, how will these guys be able to mesh? How will they be able to gel? Which group will be the best five to put on the field? I am very excited about this offensive line moving forward for next season. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live at Jack's right here in Tuscaloosa, live at Jack's off Hackberry Lane. They got the milkshake deal. Buy one, get one milkshake. BOGO milkshakes from 2 to 5 p.m. You feeling Moose Track? You feeling chocolate? You feeling cookies and cream? Cherry fried pie. Telling you, baddest thing smoking. Cherry fried pie, even dreamsicle. We got you right here at Jack's, 2 to 5 p.m. The buy one, get one milkshake special. Justin's already hungry off one right now. He's taking a hit off one of the milkshakes right now. But we are live here from Jack's, talking Tide football with you, jumping on that YouTube live stream, excuse me. But Justin, continuing here with the Alabama football practice, we'll dive into, got some new coaches, man. Yeah. Not just new players, new coaches. Nick Saban blew up the coaching staff again, letting go of some guys like Dan Enos, Josh Gaddis. Well, those guys gone, but you bring in some new faces, some new old faces. Sal Sunseri back, outside linebackers coach. You bring in Holloman Wiggins for wide receivers, Charles Huff for running backs. He produced the great Saquon Barkley at Penn State before going to Mississippi State and now at Alabama. Steve Sarkisian, Sarknado, back in town. How will this work again? Remains to be seen. Who's the coach that you're excited to see?
Well, the coach that I'm most excited to see is Sal Sunseri.
Obviously.
I say this because the way that he's going to attack the recruiting front in the future. When I talked to a couple of recruits already, everyone's talking about Sass Siri. You talk about a 5-star 2020 linebacker and then Tony Sample out of Virginia, guy Alabama's really going to recruit hard in the future. He said that once Alabama got Sass Siri, they changed his whole recruitment, his whole attitude toward Alabama.
I mean, just shut the game down.
Yeah. I definitely think Sass Siri is definitely going to be a huge gift for Alabama on the recruiting trail, and also going to bring intensity at the outside linebacker position.
We're going to go to YouTube right now to take some questions. Justin, what they got going for us?
I know one guy asked about Benton earlier. What role do you think he will play in the linebacker position?
When I look at Markel Benton out of Phoenix City, Alabama, I think for him, it's going to be still maturing on special teams, getting back out there, cracking some heads from the kickoff and punt coverage. What I want to see from him is a little bit more work ethic. At times, it seems like he's there, he's got it, he's given effort. I mean, at times he kind of side-shades back and not really push as much. So for Markel, want to see full all-out effort, because if you want to play at Alabama, you got to show Nick Saban that you deserve to be on that field. So Markel Benton, got to see more effort from him. But the YouTube blowing up, Justin, what we got going on here?
How excited are you to see the running backs? First off, I'm excited to see this running back group because this game Alabama wants to stack at the running back position, even after losing Josh Jacobs, Damian Harrison. But they also bringing back Najee and a couple more guys. So I definitely think this running back group is going to be pretty deep.
Brian Robinson's a dog. Brian Robinson's a straight-up dog, wants to run you over. You mentioned Najee Harris, but also keep your eyes on little Jerome Ford. You know, that kid at 5'11", 206 pounds out of Florida can run that football. Will he get a lot more opportunities remains to be seen, but that Jerome Ford kid is really good. Getting back to the coach that I'm looking forward to seeing, it's Charles Kelly, who will coach safeties this season. He will also be the associate defensive coordinator. Charles Kelly coming over from Tennessee, helping out with Jeremy Pruitt's staff. Prior to that, he was the defensive coordinator for the Florida State Seminoles. Got a chance to help out Jalen Ramsey, Derwin James. Both of those guys first-round picks. LaMarcus Joyner, who's also in the National Football League as I'm currently speaking. So got to see what Charles Kelly's going to do. He's an Alabama guy. Big-time recruiter. Welcome back home, Charles Kelly. Happy to see that guy. We're going to continue to take some questions from YouTube. What we got, Justin?
What freshman do you think makes the biggest impact?
Oh, mercy. Freshman. It's a tie for me. I like Evan Neal. I like Trey Sanders, but I think the one that can make the biggest impact could very well possibly be, you know what, Will Reichert. Throw the kicker in there. I think Will Reichert makes the biggest impact. Alabama has not had a solid, dependable kicker in a long time. The last great one was Jeremy Shelley. It was Jeremy Shelley in 2012. Made all 11 field goals, made 69 of his extra points. That was the last dependable leg where 3 points was automatic or an extra point was automatic. And so Will Reichert, the kicker, Hoover, Alabama. That's the one I'm sliding the poker chips to right there.
No, I think you might have stole mine on the low, but I think I'll switch it up. I'm going to go with Antonio Alfano. I think a lot of people are expecting him to have a huge freshman season. I think he's going to go through that freshman season providing Alabama with a nice outside rusher and his ability to be a nice size guy. I think Antonio Alfano is going to make that biggest impact.
Antonio Alfano for Justin. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Jack's here in Tuscaloosa on Hackberry Lane, live from Jack's on the University of Alabama campus. They got some great milkshakes right here. They got from 2 to 5 p.m. They got the buy one, get one free from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And they got 7 different flavors to choose from. If you're feeling moose track, you're feeling chocolate, you're feeling cookies and cream. I have fallen in love with this cherry fried pie. I don't know what the deal is with this, but I have fallen in love with this one. Justin was just sipping it a couple of minutes ago. And even Dreamsicle. So if you want your milkshakes, you want them fresh, you want them hand spun, no soft syrup, you want it all real, no kosher, Jack's right here off of Hackberry Lane in Tuscaloosa, right here on the University of Alabama campus. We are live from Jack's Talking Tide Football. Yours truly, Stephen M. Smith, Justin Smith here as far as the recruiting and scouting goes. But Justin, from Alabama currently to Alabama in the National Football League. You know, fans still care about the Tide, though they're in the NFL, getting that paid money, getting that contract. Some crazy contracts being thrown in free agency. Which contract has shocked you the most?
I would say Landon Collins. So I've always been a big Landon Collins fan.
No doubt.
I think the way he brings the fire in the safe position.
His mom is happy.
Yeah.
Mama Collins is happy. You talking about 4 years, 5 years? What was that? 84 mil?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in the wrong profession, partner. I'm in the wrong profession. All right. 4 years, $84 million. I think about 50 mil of that was guaranteed money. And you got to pay him that. So his was crazy. But how about C.J. Mosley? I really thought the Baltimore Ravens were going to keep him. He goes to the New York Jets. I think he got Landon got 88 million. CJ got 84 million, if I'm not mistaken. CJ's had about $51 million guaranteed. So for me, it was Landon and CJ, but Landon Collins, CJ Mosley, Mark Ingram, no longer a Saint, going to the Baltimore Ravens, 5-year, I think $20 million. I think it was between $15 and $20 million deal for Mark. Kareem Jackson, moving from the Houston Texans to the Denver Broncos. We're continuing with the questions from YouTube. Justin, what you see up there?
I think the latest one was, what do you think about Jalen Waddle's impact after a huge freshman season?
He's going to be a burner. What I want to see more, though, from Waddle is special teams. Not fair catching as much, and it's hard because nowadays how these punters are angling their attempts, they're trying to keep it away from the dangerous return man, as well as kick the ball, angle it out of bounds, setting up that opposing offense inside the 10, inside the 5-yard line. So for Jalen Waddle, understanding more so of where he is in relation to the football, which he does a pretty good job of that, but also having more of that confidence to know, if I know I can beat this guy, if I know I can shake some tackles, catch it, find that wedge, and go. I understand if they own you, fair catch the football, but I want to see more of Jalen Waddle in space on punt return, but also Nick Saban, put the brother on kick return. I want to see him on kick return, too, in the upcoming season. But as a freshman, Jalen Waddle, over 800 yards receiving, you can't beat that. We got more questions, Justin, coming in.
Tight end Billingsley, Jaleel Billingsley.
Tight end question here coming in on Jaleel Billingsley. At 6'4", what is he, 6'4", 250?
I think he's around there. When I see this guy, the thing that really stands out about me is he's a receiving tight end. And when you look at Alabama on the recruiting trail, that is where Alabama's going. We're going to the receiving tight end side, and Steven takes another hit up the milkshake there.
I mean, cherry fried pie, y'all. Cherry fried, man. Continue, Justin.
But yeah, Jaleel Billingsley, a receiving tight end, a nice guy. I think he can improve on his blocking. But one thing I do think, as far as his blocking is concerned, I think he does a good job at stock blocking defensive backs when he's lined up at the wideout position, which is huge at the next level. So I definitely think Jaleel Billingsley has some definite potential.
Jaleel Billingsley being able to grow with Major Tennyson, who's back, Miller Forrestal, who's back, Kedrick James, so he'll be suspended the first 4 games of the upcoming season. Yeah. He's back. But the coolest thing here is you're flipping Cameron Latou, the outside linebacker, former 4-star out of Salt Lake City, Utah. You're flipping Cameron Latou over the tight end. Justin, we could be having some Samoan, Polynesian connectional vibe here for touchdowns between Tua and Latou.
Yeah, when you look at Cameron Latou, when you go back at his high school film, like when Alabama was targeting him during the recruiting process, when I look at his huddle film, I was like, hold up, this guy plays linebacker. I don't think I see his tight end highlights. I'm like, wait, where's his linebacker highlights? So I'm definitely thinking
he got quick feet, boy. Yeah. He got quick feet. That's what the linebacker highlights came in. Got quick feet, got good hands. My main thing is, if he's able to inline block, if he's able to be a successful route runner, and then most importantly, can he and Tua establish that connection on the field? Because if they can, this is going to be fun, because the boy is 6'5", 250. He got size. Does he have the inline blocking? Does he have the dependable hands? He's got both of those too. Cameron Latou is going to be special. I remember personally talking to him at the Southeastern Conference title game. He told me, he was like, Steve, I'm just being patient. I'm waiting on my moment. I'm just ready for my time to shine. And though I would like to see his time shine at outside linebacker, hey, it come at tight end, go ball, play offense, and have some fun with it. Talking some Cameron Latou here at that tight end position. We're rolling more questions in, Justin.
Well, I guess the more obvious question as far as Alabama and the NFL is concerned is, what do you think about the Washington Redskins acquiring all of those Alabama players?
Roll Redskins! Jay Gruden is doing it right now, and it's not just the Deron Paynes, the Ryan Andersons, but you got Deron Payne, Ryan Anderson, Jonathan Allen, Sean Dion Hamilton, Reuben Foster. Reuben, don't mess this up. You got your boys with you. Reuben Foster, now you're bringing Landon Collins. Offensively, you got Cam Sims. They need to work on offense now. If I'm the Washington Redskins, I pull this number. I would give me a stopgate quarterback for 2019. Get you a Case Keenum. Get you somebody to hold you over for 2019. And in 2020, go grab Tua, baby. 2020 draft, go grab Tua. If I'm the Washington Redskins, get you a stopgate quarterback for 1 year. 2020, go find Tonga Valoa, pick him up in this draft, and get some receivers along with him. Maybe get a Devontae Smith. If you can find a Henry Ruggs somewhere in that draft, pick him up. If I'm the Redskins, stopgate quarterback 2019, 2020, go get Tua.
Yeah, another question that was asked, I think like a lot more earlier, was a question about Jalen Armour-Davis. Like, what do you think his development is now in his sophomore season?
He's got some length on him. What I want to see from him is more than likely he'll be behind either Surtain or Trayvon Diggs. What I want to see from Jalen Armour-Davis, the ability to jam, the ability to frustrate receivers, cover, get on these guys, break on the football. And he's got that capability. Just got hurt early on in the season against, I think it was Louisiana Lafayette. That's who he got hurt against. Got hurt against Louisiana Lafayette early on in the season, but the guy's got size. 6'2", 181 pounds. He's got long arms. What I want to see, can he press? Can he jam? Can he cover? Can he frustrate wide receivers? If he can do those things on the field, I'm ready to see the kid. Yeah. Because between Surtain, Jobe, and Armour-Davis, this is a good class. That's a good group.
Yeah, he's definitely one. Once I look at Jalen Armour-Davis, when he played at St. Paul's High School in Mobile, Alabama during his senior season, he played a lot of receivers. When you look at his highlights, he made a huge play in his state championship.
I remember watching that.
Yeah, so I definitely think he has potential. He has knowledge of the wide receiver position. And once I saw him, I think it was like the All-American game, the U.S. Army All-American game. I saw him jump a lot of passes. He knew those passes were coming because he played wide receiver all in high school. He felt like, oh, I know what he's about to do. He jumped a lot of those plays. I think that's going to translate. It's going to come back up once he gets the little tweaks in his game and get off that injury that he sustained.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the YouTube Live available for you right now to jump into the conversation. Touchdown Alabama Magazine, Justin Smith. I'm yours truly, Stephen Smith. We are live from Jack's here in Tuscaloosa off Hackberry Lane, live from Jack's on the University of Alabama campus. They got a great, awesome milkshake deal going on right now. Talking right now, 2 to 5 p.m. A lot of milkshakes to choose from. Buy one, get one free, 2 to 5 p.m. From Moose Track to chocolate to vanilla to dreamsicle to cherry fried pie, which I've fallen in love with, the strawberry. You want the milkshakes? We got you covered here at Jack's off Hackberry Lane. Not just milkshakes though. You like chicken tenders, fries, burgers, Jack's. What more do you want? What more do you want? We got you covered right here off Hackberry Lane in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'm live here with Justin Smith. We're going to continue to take the YouTube questions. Justin, what we got here?
I think a more recent one I think we kind of skipped over was Ishmael Sopsher. I think the question was, will you think Ishmael Sopsher will be a beast at the next year?
Yes. In terms of Alabama or in terms of the National Football League?
I think that probably Alabama.
I think in Alabama, yes, he comes in. A lot of people feel like he could be the immediate successor to Quentin Williams, who you lose to the National Football League. Now, he's got to battle DJ Dale. He's got to battle he's got to battle Christian Barmore. He's got to battle Fedarian Mathis, but really like Ishmael Sopsher. I think he's 6'2", 300. Yeah. 6'2", 300 pounds out of Louisiana. Like that kid. We'll see. We'll see. He's got tremendous size on him, but we'll see.
Yeah, I definitely think Ishmael Sopsher is going to be a huge guy at the next level. I know one of the guys rung up to me about Sopsher. He has to lose some of that baby fat, some of that natural fat is on him because he's a big
Get that muscle mass.
Yeah, once you get that muscle mass, he's definitely going to be a huge problem at the next level. And once you look at his highlight film, do you see the speed for a guy at 300 pounds? He's just running through guys at that size. And he's going to destroy a running back once he's one-on-one with him in the open field. So
Ishmael Sopsher moving. The crazy thing about him, though, is I just remember last season when Alabama took on LSU, you had Talia Tagovailoa with Ed Ogeron on the field at Tiger Stadium and not Ishmael Sopsher. I think that played a huge role in him coming to Alabama instead of sticking at home, going to Louisiana State University, seeing how, Ed Ogeron didn't give him that love in terms of him coming on the field.
Yeah, I definitely think Ed Ogeron wanted to go after Talia, because it's only right we have an Alabama team who already had verbal commitments at the time from Paul Tyson and Talia talking about Lil. And you knew Ed Ogeron throw it in there like, hey, you don't want to go there. You got to compete with this guy for like the next 4 years. You're in the same class. You don't want to go there. True. You know how talented. Well, you are talented, but you know you don't want to go and compete. We can give you all of this at LSU. You know you played that once he tried to recruit Talia at that moment.
Rolling through some more questions here on YouTube. Justin, what we got here?
I know the guy responded, he want dogs at linebacker position. I seen that a lot on Twitter. A lot of people saying, like, we want guys knocking guys' heads off next season.
Dogs at the linebacker position, Dylan Moses. That's the name to keep your eyes on right now. As good as Mack Wilson was, and as great as Mack Wilson could have been, I feel like he did not take the film study as serious as he should have. You had a lot of guys that were pushing Mack Wilson into the film room. When I look at Dylan Moses, that's not the issue. Yeah. Dylan Moses is 6'3", 233. He's got the size of Donta Hightower. But he's got the intellect of a C.J. Mosley and the good Rolando McClain. The good version of Rolando is that mixture that Dylan Moses has. And not just him, Alan Cahoe. Yeah. Cahoe at that weak side linebacker position reminds me a lot of C.J. Mosley in terms of his physical build. Yeah. He's got the sideline quickness. But I think the biggest thing for Tide fans is, Jesus, can you keep Anthony Jennings, Terrell Lewis, and Chris Allen healthy? Yeah. If that trio can stay healthy on the outside, Alabama quarterbacks will be wondering, why are we living? Like, why are we alive right now? If you can keep those three healthy, the issue will be, can you just take us off the field because them three going to kill us? Yeah,
most definitely. I definitely think linebacker position is going to be a big position for the Tide in the future. One guy I really like is Samson Siri as a linebacker coach. He's bringing that intensity. As we saw at the first practice, we was warned how intense he can be before we even went out on the field.
Just almost failed. Almost failed. Just looking at how that man is coaching this group on the defensive side of the football. He's tough. He's hard-nosed. He's intense. He's Italian. Yeah. So he's not taking no junk. So he's out there coaching the way that he wants to see these guys go out here on the field. As you mentioned, take folks' heads off, crack skulls, be in the right spot at the right time, and just show that discipline. Yeah. If you know what the call is, go out there on the field and execute that call. We're taking your questions right now, Tide fans, via the YouTube live stream on Touchdown Alabama Magazine. I'm joined live with Justin Smith, our lead scout and recruiting analyst for the Crimson Tide. I am Stephen Smith. Justin, we had some questions coming up here.
A big one, Ben Davis.
That's the most popular topic of conversation. With Ben, it's how bad it's being wanted. Yeah. And I remember when Ben Davis and Mack Wilson both enrolled in 2016, fans felt like it was going to be the revival of Donta Hightower and Courtney Upshaw. That's how big it was. And for Ben, when Ben's father was here, when Wayne Davis was here, to talk about career all-time leader in tackles with 327, and you thought that Ben would fall right in line with his pops, and it has not happened. A lot of it with Ben is work ethic, but also does Ben love the game like his father did? Yeah. Sometimes you can be a legacy guy and not really embrace the game like your father, like your parents did, or whoever in that legacy of your family that came here before you. So for Ben, it's how bad does Ben really want it?
Yeah, more than that.
If we see in spring and in the upcoming season and also the A-Day game that Ben is really taking this seriously, then we can start to talk about his next jump, of his maturation, of his progression. But the thing is, how bad does Ben Davis want it?
Yeah, I think Ben Davis, he definitely had the potential. One thing I thought slowed him down at the first beginning was coming from a 3A school, because I know that's kind of a big jump for coming from a smaller school, but basically had to play the whole game at times, and coming to Alabama.
And you're the big dog there.
Yeah. But now he's been there for like 3 to 4 years, so definitely I think he should have some more fight in him, some more.
He's in the system. I feel like he understands the system. It's just now you got to put in the work. It's like you mentioned, when you get to Alabama, everybody's a dog. Yeah. Everybody's hungry. You got walk-ons pushing. You got water boys pushing. You got third string, second string, fourth string. You got little 2-year-old babies. If you can throw them out there, they pushing. So when you get to Alabama, it's a whole different mindset. It's more of, it's talent, but it's also the effort. How much of you maximize your effort to put with your talent?
I know one guy just come in there. It was about Ben Davis, put him in a position to play and don't think too much. I definitely think that's something that they should do in the future.
You simplify the game for him. Whether you put him as a guy that just attacks the quarterback, or you give him one job, you simplify the game, you give him one assignment, kind of like what Alabama did a few years back with Tim Williams.
Yeah.
You give Tim Williams one assignment. You don't put a lot on Tim. You say, Tim, you attack the quarterback, that's your only job, and you saw what happened. Tim Williams became one of the better edge rushers for the Crimson Tide. So I can see that.
Yeah.
You simplify the role, you break it down for Ben, and you have Ben just attack the quarterback. So I can flat up see what they meant by that. Now we got folks rolling in more questions. Well, we got Justin on the question meeting.
I think it's the biggest guy we need in this recruiting class, the 2020 class. I think Alabama's one of the main priorities is going to be the wide receiver position, but they attack that pretty good already. They already have 3 4-star wide receiver commits already.
That Jalen Worsham kid's good.
Yeah. I love the Jalen Worsham because I think he fits that prototype of Alabama's current wide receiver group. He can honestly play alongside Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, and all those guys now because he plays so much like them. His routes are so crisp, and he's definitely a huge gift for Alabama. And I know that I think of one guy committed that he want Raheem Jarrett, a guy who would.
Now you recently wrote a story on him.
A guy who will visit Alabama on March 25th. He has Alabama among his top schools. He definitely considering Alabama. This is a guy who Nick Saban personally came up and said, "Hey, you remind me of Amari Cooper, but tougher." When he first said, I was like, "Wait, that's a lot to."
That's a high praise. You remind him of a Fred Biletnikoff Award winner, but way tougher than him, and a former first-round pick, but way tougher than him.
But when I look at when I saw him play, I saw the comparison. Because when you look at Amari Cooper, it was kind of like throwing the ball to Amari Cooper during his last season at Alabama was kind of like running the ball. He was going to catch everything. But when you look at Raheem Jerry, he has that same style of route running, that stiff, tight route running that he's going to get to his spot quick, throw it to him, he's off to the races. I definitely like Raheem Jerry. I definitely see why Nick Saban said that about him.
Raheem Jerry, as Justin mentioned, going to get that visit to the University of Alabama. Hopefully, the Tide gets him to sign on. But while he's doing that, Justin Smith and I, we at Jack's. We are live in Jack's off of Hackberry Lane here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, on the University of Alabama campus. They got a milkshake deal going on right now. Buy one, get one free from 2 to 5 p.m. Got a lot of flavors for you, from Moose Track, chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, dreamsicle. Y'all know my love. Cherry fried pie. You got to get with it. Got to get with the cherry fried pie. Get with it or get lost, baby. Cherry fried pie right here. You want it? They got you right here at Jack's. 2 to 5 p.m. every day. Buy one, get one free off these milkshakes. Justin, take a hit off your milkshake, man. I can't be the only one doing this. Take a hit off the milkshake, Justin. Justin here taking a hit off of that milkshake. We continue the Alabama football conversation and your questions live. Did we get some coming in, Justin?
Yeah, I think we had a question earlier talking about that they were thinking that Dylan Moses definitely could have a better season than Mack Wilson, and they kind of felt like Mack Wilson disappointed during his last season at Alabama.
I'm not gonna say he disappointed in terms of. I'll break it down like this. Mack Wilson's a good kid. Mack Wilson's a good player, and I wish him the best in the National Football League. I really do. But when you compare his numbers to what Alabama fans have become accustomed to, the Rolando McClains, the